What's up, BST? Today I'm going to show you a three-part hinge lunge squat complex done unilaterally or all done on one leg on the TRX. Let me show you what the movement looks like because you can actually do this continuous, meaning you don't have to readjust where you're standing. So let's take a look.
Good to go? Yeah.
Okay, so the first movement is a hinge. Um, to put it quite simply, let's just draw some lines here. So let's just say this is my starting position. Ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, ear. We'll say are all on the straight line. And this is the same thing as a deadlift. It's a single leg deadlift. All I'm going to do is I'm going to push my hips backwards. Because I'm on one leg, what it's going to look like is I'm going to take this backside knee, push it backwards as far as I can. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause my body to counter rotate. So as I start to begin by pushing my leg backwards, I start pushing. Right here, if I just put a little circle there, that's a little hinge point on my hip. My body's going to hinge over that point there. That is my fulcrum. And I'm going to go as low as I can. Now I'm holding onto the TRX. This is actually going to keep me from, we'll just say letting my back to round. So I'm keeping my gaze looking forward. My arms will be staying straight during this part here. One thing to keep in mind is that your opposite hip, in this case my far side hip, it's going to want to pick up. So as I am doing this hinge, not only am I hinging down, I'm trying to make sure that this backside hip doesn't lift up. So I'm actually having to actively kind of push it down to the floor as I do the hinge. From here, that's about as low as I can go. Now I'm going to push through the floor with my right leg until I come back up to the top. And then once again, I return to my starting position. The next is the back lunge. There's a few different variations. I think I have a video up on the TRX back lunge, but this is a little bit more of an advanced version. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step backwards, so all the weight is going to be on this front foot. Specifically, make sure your heel stays on the ground. It's okay if my knee moves forward a little bit. I'll have to use the ropes quite a bit to make sure I don't fall backwards, but I'm actually going to never hit the ground with my back leg. So as I get down there, my front leg is at a nice, let's say, more or less a nice 90-degree angle. Back leg about the same. I'll have a slight hinge forward. This is okay. One thing that I'm not doing is I'm not letting the ropes crank me forward. You can see my spine is staying nice and tall. And again, from here, once I reach the bottom position here, all I'm going to do now is press through the floor and return to starting position. And then the third movement is going to be the pistol, which is by far the most advanced. And this is something that if you can't do, let's just say, a bodyweight air squat, or you can't do a pistol where you sit down on a chair or a bench, something that's a lot taller, and then come back up, this is probably not for you. But for those of us that have been cleared to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my right leg, and this time I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drop my butt as low as I can. My off leg, in this case my far side leg, is going to push forward. So from here I'm going to sit as low as I can, which is going to be right about here. And one thing that I'm working on myself is, you can see I have a little bit of a hip tuck. That's not very good. So I'm working on keeping a nice neutral spine rather than where I am, which is more like that, but it's okay. It's a work in progress. From here, I'm all the way down. You can't see it from this angle, but what's going to happen is this knee here, the bent knee, that's going to want to push towards the wall. It's going to want to kind of kick in. So what I have to do as I'm going in, just like I would with a normal squat, is make sure that I'm keeping my knee in line with my toes. And then just like a squat, I'm going to push again through the floor until I come up to the full top position. And I would call that 1 rep. This is a great drill for runners, just because it addresses so many different aspects of the leg. But let's watch the whole thing again.
Good to go? Yeah.
So there's the hinge. Back lunge. And pistol. Okay. Again, really want to stress that with the pistol, you really should have a very high level of strength, stability, mobility, flexibility, all the things you need. But that's one where if you've never done that, don't try to learn it over a YouTube video. There's different progressions to work into the pistol, which I can post later on. But if this is a movement that you're already familiar with, this is a nice little kind of 3-part complex that you can do with a TRX or really just any kind of rope attached to a wall. All right, good luck. Let me know how it goes.